Have you ever really looked at a plant? I mean, not just a quick glance, but actually seen it as this brilliant piece of living architecture? Well, today, that's what we're going to do. We're taking a tour of that design, and we're going to uncover the engineering secrets hidden right inside its leaves and stems. It is so easy to look at a scene like this and just think, oh, that's pretty scenery. But what you're actually looking at is a whole field of sophisticated living machines. Seriously, every single one is running on an ancient and really elegant blueprint. So let's dive in and take a look at that blueprint. All right, first up, a plant's basic blueprint. We've got to understand the fundamental life plan, right? Every plant is built from just a few key parts and follows a very specific strategy for living. So, you know how humans have organs, like a heart or lungs? Well, plants do too. An organ is really just a group of tissues, all working together to get a specific job done. For a plant, its three main vegetative organs, the roots, the stem, and the leaves, form one big coordinated system. And it's all designed for one thing: survival. And here's the thing, not all plants play by the same rules. They have totally different life strategies. You've got your annuals. They live fast and die young, completing their whole life cycle in just 1 year. Then there are biennials, which take 2 years to get the job done. And of course, the perennials. Like trees and shrubs. They're in it for the long haul, built to last for many, many years. Let's just look at the annuals for a second, because they're the simplest case. Their life is basically a sprint from start to finish. A seed germinates, the plant shoots up, it flowers, makes new seeds for the next generation, and then its job is done. It's an entire life story all packed into a single season. Pretty amazing, right? Okay, let's move on up to what I like to call the plant's superstructure, the stem. This is the central pillar, the main support that connects everything and really positions the plant to win at life. Now, a stem is way more than just a stick, okay? It's this super dynamic structure. The points where leaves and branches pop out, those are called nodes. The space between them, that's an internode. Simple enough? But the real action, the important stuff, is happening at the buds. Think of them as the plant's little command centers for all future growth. So here's a question for you. Have you ever wondered why pruning makes a plant bushier? You've probably done this, right? You snip the top off your houseplant, and all of a sudden it starts growing outward instead of up. It gets all full and bushy. What is going on there? Why does cutting off the top make it grow from the sides? Well, the answer is pretty cool. It's all about a power struggle between two different kinds of buds. You have the terminal bud right at the very tip, and its whole job is to grow up, up, up. Then, along the sides, you have these lateral buds. You can think of them as branches just waiting for their chance to grow. Yeah, it is literally a hormonal power struggle between the top and the sides. The terminal bud at the top acts like a little king. It sends out these chemical signals, hormones, that basically tell all the lateral buds below it, nope, not your turn, stay dormant. Okay, so here's how it works. That top bud, the terminal bud, it produces a hormone called auxin. This auxin flows down the stem and keeps those side buds from growing. This is what forces the plant to focus all its energy on getting taller, reaching for the light. But when you prune it, you literally remove the source of that auxin. The chemical signal stops, and suddenly all those lateral buds are like, yes, our time has come. They spring to life, grow into new branches, and boom, you get a fuller, bushier plant. All right, so we've seen the outside of the stem. Now let's go inside. We're going to look at the plant's inner highway, its vascular system. This is basically its circulatory system, moving all the important stuff around. Inside that stem, you've got 3 really critical tissues. First, there's the xylem. Think of this as the ultimate water pipe. It pulls water and nutrients up from the roots, and get this, it creates so much tension, it can pull a column of water hundreds of feet into the air. It's incredible. Then you have the phloem. This is the plant's food delivery service. It takes all the sugary food made in the leaves and sends it down to the rest of the plant. And finally, you have the cambium. This is the growth engine. It's a layer of cells that just keeps dividing, making new xylem and phloem and causing the stem to get wider and wider. And you know what's interesting? Not all plants have the same internal plumbing design. In plants like trees or beans, we call them dicots. All those vascular bundles are arranged in a nice, neat ring. But in monocots, think grasses or corn, those bundles are just scattered all over the place inside the stem. So it's like two different architectural floor plans for the exact same system. Now, in woody plants, all this growth creates something really special, a permanent record. Every single year, a new ring is added. It's literally like the plant is writing a diary of its life right into the wood. So what are these rings? Well, each one is a new layer of that xylem we talked about, the water-carrying tissue. And here's the cool part. In a good year, with lots of rain and sunshine, the tree grows a lot, so the ring is wide. But in a tough year, say a drought, the ring is super thin. You can actually look at a cross-section of a tree and read the history of the local weather year by year. It's amazing. Okay, from the inner highway, let's now head out to the engine room of the plant. We're talking about the leaves, the incredible solar powerhouses that fuel this entire living machine. Just look at the outside of a leaf. It's a total masterpiece of efficiency. That big flat part, the blade, that's the solar panel, designed to catch as much sunlight as possible. It's held up by a little stalk called a petiole. And those veins you see, those are the pipes, bringing water in and carrying the sugary food out. But the real magic, that's happening on the inside. If you were to slice a leaf open, you'd see it's not just some simple green thing. No way. It is a highly organized, multi-layered factory designed for one thing: turning sunlight into food. Let's take a quick tour of this factory, shall we? On top, you've got a waxy coating called the cuticle. That's like a waterproof raincoat. Then there's the main factory floor, the palisade layer. It's packed with all the little green machines doing photosynthesis. Below that is the spongy mesophyll layer. It's all loose and airy, allowing gases to move around. And on the bottom, you have these tiny little pores called stomata. They're like little doors that open and close to let the leaf breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen. Okay, so we've seen the different parts, right? The stem, the leaves, the inner workings. Now it's time to put it all together. Let's zoom out and see how this incredible living machine operates as one big, beautiful, integrated system. So here it is, the big picture. Everything kicks off underground. The roots are working 24/7, mining the soil for water and nutrients. That water gets pulled up through the xylem highway in the stem all the way to the leaves. The leaves are solar factories, use sunlight to turn that water and CO2 into food. And that food? It gets sent right back down the phloem to power every single part of the plant. It's a perfect, self-sustaining loop. And you know what's maybe the most incredible thing about all this? It's that this basic design, this biological operating system, it's universal. The tiniest little weed you pull from your garden and a giant ancient sequoia tree, they are running on the exact same fundamental principles. That's just wild to think about. So the next time you're outside and you look at a simple leaf, or maybe you're standing next to a huge tree, I want you to remember all this. Remember the hidden world inside. The hormonal power struggles happening in the buds, the superhighways moving water and food, and those tiny solar factories working away in the leaves. Now that you know the blueprint, what are you going to see?